Hello, so right now, 现在I had put the SD card into this finger device, hooked it up to a TP-Link, and the TP-Link hooks up to an Oracle. Oracle hooks up to a desktop notebook, and then come back up to here. What I'm doing is first transfer the videos, and going to here. This is the computer drive, and then here is the here is another external drive, and then you can see the difference, how fast the transfer speed is for each one. And what you do is label it to the company of the SD drive or another way. So what I'm going to do is open a new file, and then I'm going to put 1 and then underscore, because it is alphabeticalized if you wanted to. If you put 1 there, it will show up at the top. So what I'm put is 1, and then immediate tasks, immediate attention, and then transferring videos, compress. Okay, so it's storaging a video in a very small format that for archives. And I'm going to put the source. SD card. 5112 gigabyte, because it is very advanced right now for the price and the spending budget for a household. So it is a newer technology, I guess. Well, newer level. So just say 512. And then right here, on this one, I will put search and video. So I had looked at the phone and everything is saved as VID. And the search is over. So everything that is VID and I would not delete these. And here is the monitor for the transferring. As far as the video write, I'm not sure yet. It's a pushover until 2020. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be boring, but that's already 1% done. Alright. And this one, you can try. So how did I learn about these computing? I sometimes try. So for example, I'm already copying to here. Let's see if I can copy here at the same time. So sometimes you really have to bump into the wall and kind of like a child. So copy again, and then here I am going to you can read about it, but most oftentimes it doesn't hurt to try. Let me say a few words in Chinese, and you know, I can you know, I welcome other people to, you know, sawadika, moshi moshi, annyeonghaseyo, and basically oh, and namaste, and basically over here same file name as here. And I'm going to open this and then see if I can to transfer at once. According to my understanding and my experiences, it should be okay. If not, then this job will override this job and they both have to try again. But if you ask me about the speed, it's definitely the computer is faster than an external hard drive. But the drive on the computer might be slower spinning than the newer drive. So it is okay to do perform two jobs at once, and it tells you the speed here. It is the same, approximately. And since I am the more bigger budget on these computing gadgets, I'm going to show you the SSD drive. With the SSD drives, over here, can you see the SSD drive right here? We're going to test out the speed, okay? And just to give you a confirmation, excuse me, don't say that. Let you have a confirming, well, let you get an idea, a scope, how fast the transfer speed is. According to what I know, most of the consumer products in USA, in America, in USA, do not mislabel. But over here in Asia, sometimes it is mislabeled. If you ask me why, it's because I think that American youths and university students, they are more accustomed and growing up every day in a very focused and segregated, or not segregated, but more concentrated campuses living. And in the campus, you don't mislabel things. If you mislabel something, your professors, your professor's aide, your teacher's aide, probably, or leave you a really nice note. So usually they don't mislabel the specifications of the products. So right here, same thing. And then open this, and let's only make one video transfer. And it'll tell you the speed. And unfortunately, good and bad, they're all transferring at the same speed, and that means that whatever it is slowest is going to be equal to the other ones. So I don't need this anymore. Well, I don't want. Oh, that was just for experiment purpose, not something I need. So I'm just gonna pause it and let the transfer speed be faster. Alright, read the speed, okay? Do I need to zoom in? Okay, right here. It's reading at 11 megabytes per second, per second of time. So this one. Second. And then, if I transfer this one, it's going to drop down to 8 or 9, okay? Alright, it's dropping 9, 8, 8, 8, 8.6, 8.7, 8.3, 8.6, 8.2. So it's approximately 8. So, being that I need these videos here first, I'm just going to leave it. Okay? So this is how I had accumulated the understanding of computing step by step. And sometimes you ask me, hey, well, how do you balance your life? I mean, sometimes you go to the night halls and you go have champagne or have the cocktails, and then you listen to all these banging music, and then you still can remember all these computing stuff. It is a common sense and step by step, and sometimes you do need reminders on the computer's indications. And whenever I feel that it might be challenged, or it might be forgetful, I forgot. Did I forget? Then you pop this up. This. And then that reminds you all your computing basics. Okay. So that's all it is. And that's computing, and that's your diary and your journal and your references. And then if you ask me why my why my company names are so constructive, Capstone, HatStone, and all these, it is a temporary name sometimes. So it's just a insured establishment and entity that you're insured. Your data is protected, backed up, and without much or without the risks of data hacking and data stolen. So that's all it is. 5% and 2%. Okay, it's early dinner, late lunch for me. If they ask you, these usually is compare, if you can compare. Sometimes you know, is it sometimes people might ask, is it unfair that you know, some people have the computing time longer than the other? I've seen people reading about computer and things on the phone and, you know, looking into videos. So it's just your time spending and your time management, I guess. I mean, it's your time management and you decide how you spend your time. So what happened was that when I unplugged the flash drive, there was a misread, and I am going to put reopen the destination folder, and sometimes the folder is a whole hard drive. And here you will see the same drives. And here there might need to be a fix because it is 1 TB that I had. Okay, so what happened is that it is copying to the computer, but my drive here might not be reading. Yeah, it is this drive. So pause this. Okay, so basically everything is fixed and it's transferring the videos. And the drive here, ooh, this one, the hard disk might have been swapped. So sometimes if you leave your office unattended, my Toshiba, this one, had turned into a Western Digital drive possibly. How do you read it? How do you know if it's a Toshiba or Western Digital? From here, go down to the bottom where there's no folders, right click, or over here. When it's not highlighted, go to properties, and whether it is a Toshiba or Western Digital. Hardware. So is this drive that I'm looking for? What is this? Properties. Volume. Driver. Details. Events. So nicely, neatly, these Oracle hard disks. Okay, so it is a WD. So someone might have changed it. So you have to be careful on this. So the cover might not be the same one. So you have to order on online or on eBay if you can't find it at the stores. And be careful whenever you're moving the hard drives. Breathe, okay? And then make the same transfer again. And you're okay. Select everything from this side. Highlight one, shift downwards, arrow, 2 keys at once. After you select everything, right click, copy, try it again, copy, and paste. If it is repeated, ignore the double or overwrite the double. And the speed had dropped from 12, 13, 14 to 12 approximately. And that's how you transfer the files. And then let's try the compressing, okay? You have these videos and they are storaging at 35.1 megabyte. Let's see if we can compress this, or how you can compress it. Send to compress a zip file. So it's 35 megabytes, and this is a zip. And then let's look at it. It's just 34.3 compared to 35.1. So let's try going online. I don't record a lot of videos but let's see. There are always alternative ways on computers let me sign on the Wi-Fi. So sign on. Can you guys hear the siren? Yeah, sometimes it happens. And then you can do it by phone. how to compress video. How to compress videos size less than 5 times their size. Let's see what apps they use.
Over 8 million people worldwide use NordVPN to access online content.
Hi everyone, this video is about how to compress a video file. Now, if you've taken a video with your camcorder or created a video through a file sharing site, the video sharing site gets it. It takes very long. Let's see where it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And this is going to take.
So let me read and see what apps they're using.
Just exit out of it. Exit out of that. Okay, so this is the saved file. So basically, it just took about. There you go. That's a compressed file. You can do anything with this file. Basically, you can burn it on a DVD.
Okay. So some people recommend the Windows way, and these are just random computers, industry time spending.
Is Windows Movie Maker. Now, you won't think that this Movie Maker is primarily a compression site to compress files. It's really editing, but it kills two birds with one stone.
So I might need a video maker or some other software. So let's see. Alright, the browser is acting strange. Somebody might try to claim my research today, so that's not good. So Windows Movie Maker has it, so you don't have to download anything. And sometimes if there are already videos, you know, it's easier. So I'm going to stop using the Huawei phone because I have to override some of the researches. But maybe just a version of the app, so I can use another brand. But I always support some of the newer branding like Huawei. And I'm always Canadian friendly. Okay, so I'm gonna do the swap again, back to Apple phones. So for the time being, videos compressing, I have found already that there is a movie. Let me teach you how to do it one by one first, and then some of the keywords I can't share with you yet because there's stock trading, I guess, and I don't want to take away some of the investment opportunities. So let's stop I pause the video.
现在一路在做饭，一路在翻译翻
Okay, so with the Windows Media Player, and that was Mandarin, 普通话. Go to the it's already 5 o'clock. There's no stock trading. But basically, you can either do this one by one, while you're watching the videos, or you can just highlight everything like this, and the description is all at once. Alright, so all at once compressing, kind of like this. Earlier this was one video, right? So I can go here and send to compressed zip file, but before that you want to get a read. It is a 17.8, and then with 17.8 I want to go compress and see how it goes. But earlier it wasn't able to do it because of the video. So it is not possible to use a zip feature on video files. So you can easily try another way. The objective is the same. The purpose and the intention and the need was the same. Is to make the size smaller. So don't get discouraged too much. Go back and refer to your other softwares. Look onto the tabs and see which one is the compressing features. Videos. Just take any video and then right click. Okay, and then from here, from the phone, look for the features. And with this US headquartered, Silicon Valley headquartered iPhone, we'll be able to find the answer on before you just kind of click, you can find the shortcuts how to do this. So from here, you can get reminders how to, if you think that I go to listen to music too much and that I am slower or not remembering all the features, you can try this. Windows, media player, so this gives you the instructions. So it's at the File tab. I can't find the File tab. Open the Windows Media Player again.
如果你有意思
And then I can't even find the file tab. There has to be a file tab somewhere. It's either on these icons or somewhere else. Try the Control F. Options. There's two versions. There's a free version of Windows Media Player, and then there's a paid version. So let's make another video. So this video is already done. How to transfer, and how to make the speed, and how a person might have to spend 10 years or even more just to remember and know the concept of computing.